Okay, everyone, welcome back to Pokemon White. Today we shall climb the Mistralton Tower with our little Litwick, which is our favorite Pokemon
It's
ever.
the best ever!
And then take on Skyla for our 6th gym badge.
Damn right it's the best ever, Donald. Our Litwick is the new Arceus, and when it's the Chandelure, we shall just use it all by itself.
I wouldn't go that far, Joe, and say it's the best ever, and it's definitely not Arceus either, but it's still a damn good Pokemon, and we need to find a dust stone for it ASAP.
Leave that to me, Obama. You want a dust stone? Then a dust stone shall be yours for a small loan of $1 million.
Forgot to pay Daddy back, did we, Donald LMFAO?
Hey, Obama, leave Donald alone. He is my bestie for resties. Now we have made a pact that we shall be nice to each other for the rest of this series.
LMFAO, Joe. I'm excited to see how long this so-called pact will last, and don't come crying to me when he stabs you in the back.
Ignore him, Joe. Obama is just jealous that you're my bestie for resties and that you're invited to my slumber party, and he isn't.
Donald, I didn't want to come anyway because the last time we did a sleepover with Joe, all he did was sleep.
Well, Obama, it's called a sleepover, you dumbass, so what did you expect me to do?
Well, Donald and I smoked 10 blunts and played Smash, Marry, Avoid with the White House staff, but I can understand you not wanting to play that game, given the age demographic LMFAO.
Oh, check it out, boys. It's a Simus here. This Joe is the evolution of the fire monkey we kept seeing when we got to Castelia City. It's actually really strong. And from now on, all we will see are these evolved monkeys, too.
Wow, Donald, thanks for that piece of information. I think the pre-evolutions are way cuter, though.
You're most welcome, Joe and Obama. We really got to teach Litwick some better moves because Flame Burst is all we have right now, and that's not good enough for us. We need Fire Blast and Shadow Ball and Eruption.
Yeah, Donald Litwick can't learn Eruption, and neither does Chandelure, and there isn't a TM for that move, I don't think anyway, so we will never be able to get it.
Well, Obama, that is bullshit, because we have a fire type with us, and it should be able to learn Eruption. It should also be able to learn Blue Flare too, which is my favorite fire type move as well. That is a move Fire Lord Ozai would use.
Oh yeah, I agree with Donald Obama. He is 100% right about Fire Lord Ozai, and Blue Flare is my favorite move as well. I say we teach it to Litwick.
Joe, you fucking idiot, I just explained to Donald that it can never learn those moves because Blue Flare is signature to Reshiram. And Eruption is only learned by like 2 Pokemon. And anyway, we had that move on our Typhlosion when we played Pokemon Heart Gold, remember?
Okay, but why can't we still
There
teach
is no
it to...
why. Joe and Donald, please tell your new best friend to shut it.
Joe, please, would you be a dear and shut your mouth for a while till Obama calms his pants down?
Okay, Donald, dear. But what I was asking was a genuine question to begin with.
Donald, what the fuck have you done to Joe?
Obama, sometimes it's better to just not ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. So let's carry on with the game. And by the way, boys, there was some comments about us doing that Zoroark event since quite a few people haven't seen it yet.
Oh yes, Donald, I would absolutely love
Dear
to see
God.
you do that event for me too, since I never got to see it either.
Yeah, I'll work on getting that event started, boys, after we beat the game. And we could also do the Landorus one too, if you like.
I like anything you do, Donald, so I don't mind, and I'm sure our viewers and Obama would also love to see that Landorus event too.
You're gonna break his heart, Donald, once he finds out you lied about being his bestie for resties.
I don't know what you're talking about, Obama. Joe is my bestie for Resty, right, Joe?
Right, Donald.
Oh, and Obama, guess what? Joe was kind enough to tell me that he insists on training Ardino all the way up to a Hydreigon for me.
Oh, really? He insisted that he would do that all by himself, did he now? Is this true, Joe?
Yeah, Obama, because that's what besties do for each other. And I would be honored to help Donald out get one of his favorite dragon-type Pokemon. And I am even going to name it Donald, too.
Joe Hydreigon is one of the most annoying Pokemon to train up since it evolves at like level 65 or something, and you're seriously okay with going through all that and training a Rufflet up as well?
Obama, I don't know why you're complaining, bro, because you don't have to even do anything and you get one of the strongest Pokemon in the game to use, too.
This is absolutely gonna backfire, but whatever you two do, what the fuck you want, just don't get me involved in any way. We have finally made it to the top of this tower.
A couple of episodes ago, you asked our viewers where their favorite places to hang out in Pokemon is, Obama, and I completely forgot about the Mistralton Tower. It's super peaceful up here and would be the perfect place to catch a Rayquaza, don't you think?
Yeah, this tower is like the one in Hoenn, boys. Except we didn't have to use the Mac bike to get up here. That was the least fun thing about Pokemon Emerald, and I'm so glad they changed that puzzle in Omega Ruby. I could never make it to the top of the tower in the older games because of the arthritis in my fingers.
You know what, Joe? That does not surprise me at all, but anyway, Boys time, we took on Skyla for our 8th gym badge, and I have a feeling you will obliterate this gym Joe with the electric zebra we have on our team.
Yeah, Joe is gonna slay in here, Obama. But I did tell Joe that if he loses, it's okay too, since Skyla is super hot, and if he gets distracted with her looks and gets beaten, he can let me play instead.
Yeah, Obama. See, Donald was kind enough to let me catch my breath back if I lose to Skyla, and he can have a go instead if I lose. Actually, you know what, Donald? You can play right now.
Thanks, Joe. Don't worry, buddy. This will be for you and definitely not for anyone else.
Hang on, Joe, do you remember the deal you made with Donald in the last episode about the Litwick?
Obama, I have no idea what you're on about.
And he's gone and forgotten everything that's happened. Wow, Joe, are you for real?
I'm as real as Donald's return to Twitter, Obama. Oh, and Obama, I have a quick question for you. You know how you're all about equality and fairness, right?
Yeah, I sure am, Joe.
Okay, so say if I was being really fair to someone, and then later on they weren't being fair at all to me, would you stick up for me?
Yeah, sure, whatever, Joe. I would say that would be a situation where I would stand up for equality, depending on the situation. I mean, if it had something to do with which child you would want more than another, but you want to make sure you give them equal attention, then don't fucking come to me for that.
Yeah, I am super confused, Joe. What the hell are you on about?
Don't worry, Donald, this doesn't concern you yet anyway.
Okay, Joe, acting a bit suspect again, Obama. But look, boys, I am absolutely destroying everything that moves in this gym. And by the way, this has to be one of the most fun gym puzzles ever.
Yeah, I love these cannons, Donald, that fire us around the gym warehouse. This reminds me of the time...
Reminds you of the time you fired Hellstorm missiles from the bottom of a drone to the people of Yemen whilst you sat all nice and cozy in Air Force One, Obama?
Ha ha ha, so fucking funny. At least I didn't get a mugshot of myself printed all over the world's media, Donald, like you did the other day. LMFAO.
Obama, seriously watch your mouth.
Since this gym battle isn't going to be interesting at all, I shall share a quote which came from your mouth, Donald, which you blasted all over the internet the other day about that mugshot of yours. Ready to hear this, Joe, about your bestie?
Obama, I don't like hearing negative things about my bestie for resties.
Tough shit, Joe. This is what he said, everyone, and I quote, "They purposely show the absolutely worst pictures of me, especially the big orange one with my chin pulled way back." That's what you said, Donald LMFAO.
Okay, let's change the topic, Obama, before my face goes from orange to red with you. And look, I got our 6th gym badge.
Change the topic all you want, Donald, but you said that, and now it's eternally printed on the internet for all to see. But anyway, well done for beating Skyla, even though she doesn't deserve to be the 6th gym leader with her shit team.
Yeah, our zebra learned discharge when we were training in the Mistralton Tower. And as soon as we got that move, she may as well have given us the gym badge as soon as we walked in the gym.
She is hands down the easiest gym battle I've ever had to deal with, boys. I can't remember the last time we had a gym battle that easy. And oh, now look, N is here and he's talking to our Zipstreaka. What a fucking weirdo, seriously.
You're right again, Donald N is such a freak and he thinks he can talk to a zebra. If I were to do that, everyone in the Senate would impeach me and send me to a mental asylum, but just because N is a self-proclaimed king, he can get away with it.
What I would like someone to explain to me is how did Unova suddenly gain a bunch more new towns in black and white too? Because remember in those games we caught a plane to East Unova and could even catch Heatran in that cave.
Yeah, and that in itself doesn't make any sense because Heatran is a legendary and I thought there could only be one of each legendary, as that's one of the reasons that makes them legendary to begin with.
Yeah, maybe someone could explain why there are multiple legendary Pokémon sometimes. And that reminds me of the time they changed Mewtwo's voice from male to female. Now, I'm not a misogynist like Donald, but you can't change legendary characters like that.
What Obama said is true, though, and I'm not sure if any of our viewers saw that movie with the Jenny sect and Mewtwo where they made it a girl when it had a male voice for the last 20 years, and then in the Pokemon Journeys anime, they realized their mistake and changed it back to male. Like, what the hell?
Reminds me of what another certain company is doing that rhymes with the word Bisney. But anyway, guys, we shall slowly be approaching Twist Mountain, and this mountain is the most annoying one in any of the games, in my opinion.
Hey, I was waiting for Thundurus or Tornadus to appear here, Obama, but I forgot that only happens in black and white too, and then we have to go chase them around Unova.
That's right, Donald, and hey, check it out. Our hot mom is calling us boys. Been a while since we've seen her.
She just called herself Senior Trainer Mom, which means she was a trainer too at one point. I think it would be so cool that after we become champion, we could go back home and battle our mom with her team just for fun.
I would love to just walk into any of the gyms and be able to re-battle the gym leaders with their strongest teams possible. It would also make training so much easier too, and also give us more things to do after we beat the main story.
That's actually not a bad feature, Joe. And what's funny is the amazing people who made the ROM hack versions of these games incorporated that feature so seamlessly, but Game Freak can't be bothered.
Yeah, that's because they're too busy sitting in their ivory tower in Castilla City, Obama, whilst real people like us work hard and produce quality content.
Oh, look, boys, a Tynamo. Finally, I get to see my favorite little Pokémon. Isn't it so cute?
No offense, Obama, but Tynamo looks like a literal sperm with eyes, and that freaks me out a lot.
Yeah, and it didn't last very long in the battle either, did it, Obama LMFAO?
Both of you need to apologize right now because you know how good Electros is. Well, I know Donald does because Joe is just an uncultured moron.
You can't deny that Tynamo literally looks like a sperm with eyes, though Obama. And by the way, bestie, you have a battle with Charon coming up in a second. I thought I would let you know, Donald.
Oh, yep, here we go. I get to battle the real rival amongst our friends here, boys, unlike that useless peasant Bianca. And nice look, he finally has an Unfeasant too. Such an amazing bird Pokemon.
I don't know, I like Staraptor more, Donald. I think it looks way cooler and aggressive as well, whilst this one looks like it's about to take part in a Paris fashion show.
Yeah, and this one is literally trolling you, Donald. It's used Detect, Taunt, and Air Slash now. And we haven't got one hit in.
That's why I'm sending out our Zebra Obama to one-shot this thing with Discharge. I shall let our Litwick deal with his Servine.
His Servine is just as annoying though, Donald, because it always heals itself when it gets to low health, and then it uses Leech Seed, or Charon will use a Hyper Potion on it. I suggest using Embargo on it.
How the hell did that Leaf Blade do so much damage to us boys when we are part Fire type? Sharon must be a hacker too.
Donald, you can't just keep accusing everyone of being a hacker if they get a good shot on us.
I can, Obama, and I just did, and I also got a very good shot on him now with Flame Burst, so take that, you dumb snake piece of shit, muahahaha.
Oh, look, Donald, Sharon has a Simipour now, and he still looks like he's in the clouds smoking that cabbage.
Yeah, I love both these monkeys, Joe. They look so derpy, but it's a shame it shall now die to Discharge.
And now he's on his final Pokemon, Donald, and it's the most annoying one because of Fake Out. So I say, you should stomp this dumb cat to death.
OMG, this one has a citrus berry on it too. First that Servine has a leftovers, and now Charon is using cheap tactics on his Leopard as well.
I clutched that battle, boys, and I'm not going to teach our Zebra agility since we get a speed boost anyway with our ability.
Oh God, it's Alder again, Donald, but at least he hasn't got those two children with him again.
Oh yay, it's Alder, I love him so much.
You don't love him as much as his ideology, Joe, but he gives us the HM for Surf, which means we can get rid of Water Pledge on our Samurott boys.
Good idea, Obama. And before Joe gets more excited, let's end this episode here, guys. And in the next one, we shall make our way through this dumb mountain and head to Ixorus City, so please like and subscribe, everyone.